You're watching Iowa Live. Everything local, entertaining, and meaningful in Central Iowa is right here on Iowa Live.
From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, my name's Terry Rich. I'm standing in for Lou today because, he's on assignment, as they say sometimes in the news business. But we have kind of a very special guest. I'm so excited to be able to talk to Lucy Fitzgerald. You're the co-host of Wine and Crime, the Wine and Crime podcast. Is that right?
I am, yes.
Now you got to tell us about it. I mean, I hear podcasts all the time, but what's the deal with Wine and Crime?
Well, it's a true crime comedy podcast, so sort of an odd intersection, but I host it with my friend Amanda Jacobson. We've been friends since childhood, and we pick a topic for each episode. If it's shallow graves or cruise ship disappearances or feral hogs, then we pair that topic with a wine or a cocktail of some kind and drink and talk about true crime.
Well, we're broadcasting here in Iowa, and hogs are big, feral hogs especially. Now, you've got a little thing going called the Feral Fall, but before we go to that, you're going to do, because we like to talk wine and crime, that means we should have some drinks prepared to be able to talk about this podcast, but you have something special here you want to talk about as far as drinks go.
Yeah, I do. So normally we pair our episodes with a wine, but we're moving into fall. It's kind of like the toasty cocktails. And we made a cinnamon simple syrup. And
Cinnamon simple syrup.
Yes.
That's tough to say. Cinnamon simple syrup.
The more you drink, the harder it is to say.
And look what's all needed.
Yeah, so this is made with brown sugar, so it comes out a little bit darker. I have some right here in this ugly bottle. This was all I could get. But you bring 1 cup of water to a boil, and then you add just a pinch of brown sugar, a cup of brown sugar, a pinch of ground cinnamon, a cinnamon stick, and about a half teaspoon of vanilla, however much you want. And then you let that simmer for about 5-ish minutes, however long, because the longer you let it simmer, the more intense the flavor is. And then you take it off the heat, let it cool. It can keep in the fridge up to a month.
So this is, you hear simple syrup in recipes, but this is cinnamon simple syrup.
Cinnamon simple syrup. So it has a really nice fall flavor, and you can add it to...
Do we get a chance to taste this?
We sure do.
All right, well, let's show the drink we want to make. Then we're going to talk more about this Wine and Crime podcast from the Wine and Crime Gals, you call it, right?
Yeah. Well, first things first, let's make our drink.
Let's make the drink.
Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit of this syrup in here, and again, it's kind of like to taste. We'll put a little bit more in there. And then...
Lou's going to be jealous on this one.
I know. Too bad for Lou.
Yeah, too bad for Lou.
So we're going to add, we'll say vodka to taste, because, it's early, but maybe you want a little more, maybe you want a little less. This can also be a good thing for mocktails as well.
Sure.
And a little bit of the syrup goes a long way. So we're going to top it with some cranberry juice.
Now, as you're putting together the ingredients, the cinnamon simple syrup recipe, I assume, is on the website when we get to that here in just a little bit. If somebody wants to grab a pencil at home, right?
Yes.
Or a pen.
Grab a pencil or a pen, or maybe you just have a very good memory.
Is that ginger beer to top it off?
This is soda water.
Oh, soda water, okay.
Yep, we'll just top it with some soda water for some effervescence, and then we got a little sprig of rosemary for
Look at that.
Aromatic garnish.
And I assume, we got to stir
we got to stir it with this ridiculously long cocktail spoon there.
Look at that.
All right.
Now, as I taste this, let's talk about your co-host. And actually, if we can do this, let's go ahead and show just a little clip of your actual podcast with your co-host. How about that? Take a look.
We're both in glasses, crowns, and sequined caftans. We're on the same level.
We got our nails done today, and they asked if we were twins. And we were like, no, but should we get tested? Yeah. Yeah, and then we devolved into a conversation about how we should see just in case if we're a kidney match.
The Wine and Crime Gals. Of course, that's Amanda and Lucy who put this together, and you guys have really been rocking it across the area, and podcasts have been so big. But let's talk about the Feral Fall campaign. We've got the Feral drink that is coming up, and that's coming up in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, so you've heard of Hot Girl Summer, and so we had Hog Girl Summer this last summer, and now we're transitioning to kind of Feral Girl Fall. We're done with summer, it's time for fall. This is howling at the moon, watching scary movies, getting our kind of goth outfits on.
And so
yeah.
you're going to broadcast live from where?
From the Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
This upcoming Saturday, the 21st. There are still some tickets available for that, but we are also going to live stream it.
Holy smokes, just go to your website?
Yep, you can find information on our website. It's wineandcrimepodcast.com.
That's pretty, we've said Wine and Crime Podcast how many times today? It's so easy to remember. That's kind of
Yeah.
smart to have something that's catchy.
And it's A-N-D, not an ampersand.
Oh, okay.
And you can also find us on social media at Wine and Crime Pod. So any information you want about the show, the live stream, the recipe.
Wineandcrimepodcast.com? Wineandpodcast.com?
The website is wineandcrimepodcast.com.
Okay.
And then our social media is at Wine and Crime Pod.
Glad we straightened that out.
Me too,
I'll
me
tell you
too.
what, this is so fun, Lucy, and how innovative, how fun. The podcast is fun to listen to, and you can have a drink while you're doing. How can you beat that, you know?
And I will point out this simple syrup, like I said, great for mocktails. It's really good in an old-fashioned. Also, apart from beverages.
And this is on your website again?
Yes.
All right.
You can put it on some Greek yogurt for a little fall flavor with your breakfast.
Lucy Fitzgerald, thank you. The Fitzgerald Theater coming up on the 21st, coming up soon. You're doing great things, and how fun is you look at innovation that happened from a couple of very talented ladies putting this all together. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy all the good things, the drinks, and the podcast, Wine and Crime Podcast. We're going to be right back with Jeff Stein in just a few minutes. You're watching Iowa Live.